Hello, this is going to be a tutorial that will focus on the management and creation of assessments in Plickers. So to start with, I'm going to first show you how you can create a folder here in the library, because if you just start creating questions, it's going to be wherever you left off in your navigation bar over here on the far left. So which can leave you lead you to missing questions. So anyhow, wherever, if you notice, if I click with my mouse, a new folder option pops up under that particular folder. And I want to create a folder for every time I have a quiz, but I need to be mindful of where that folder is created. So maybe this might be a folder for a unit, and then I create quizzes underneath for that specific unit. Or I need to create my unit first. If I'm going to create the unit, I need to make sure I start with my library highlighted, and here at the bottom, because all the other folders will be in alphabetical order, will pop up the new folder option. So for demonstration purposes, I'm just going to call this one Trivia. All right, I'm going to click Save. And now, again, in alphabetical order, my trivial trivia populates right under the My Libraries. So now, if I want my new questions to be inside the trivial trivia folder, I need to highlight it to save myself from the extra step of having to relocate all the questions I create into the proper folder. So now that I have it highlighted, you can see there's nothing in here. And so I'm going to click the New Question option. And when I do, this opens up a window where I can just copy paste or type in some questions. So just hang in here. Well, actually, I'm going to demonstrate that first. Let me go ahead. I'm just going to use this Word document I have here, and I'm going to highlight and copy paste my questions in there. As you can see, let's not do that. It's a fairly straightforward process. Hang on a moment, and I'm going to finish this question. Okay, so now I put the whole of my question and answers in. I left it at multiple choice because I wanted it to be multiple choice, but do note if I wanted to limit it to just 3 questions, I could. I could shift it to true, false, and I can identify here where I have a correct question correct answer, and I can identify more than one. But in this case, it happens to be just one, and that's Captain Nemo. Now, I can hit Save and just be done, or I can do Save and Create New, which will allow me to add more into this particular folder for that particular quiz. And if you just wait a moment, I'm going to go ahead and add some more so I can demonstrate how to manage it. Okay, so now I have added, by just simply copy pasting from another document, my questions, and you can see here if I have a true false one, and the green circle indicates for me what the correct answer is. I can go back and edit it if I wish by clicking on this little caret in the top right corner of each question and using the Edit Question. I can move the question to another quiz. I can archive it and save it to retrieve for another time, say maybe the next year, or just delete the question if it's not to my liking. Maybe it was a really bad question that did not go well in my classes. Also, and I actually want to demonstrate this from a quiz that's been taken, just so that you can see. Let's see, how about this one? What did we do? No, I want one. Here we go. This is what I'm after. Here, this calendar is where you can assign the quiz question to a class. I have my first period that I created earlier. I have these other 2 courses that are demo classes that I could assign it to. And this is where the color coding also I think is handy, because my general demo class is blue, but my first period is pink. So I can now see that readily, and I can remove one if I say, for instance, don't want the general demo class to see this question. I can do that. Over here to the right, where I have a little graph above it, this is for a class that's already taken that particular question, and by selecting it, I will be shifted out of the library and into reports, where I can look at a report specifically about just that one question. And you can see the correct answer and how many students answered it correctly, which was 8 in this case. And then I had a few that answered incorrectly, and it shows me which question, as well as, which is nice here, I can see exactly who did what, and the dash represents those students that did not take that particular quiz that day. So pretty handy feature in this case. Now I'm going to go back to the library and let's see if there's anything else I'd like to show you. You could just see in this other quiz, I went to random trivia in this case, that I've assigned it to my general demo class, and here too, you see that number 2? That means I have 2 students who actually answered the question in this case. And then there's all the correct answers that show up here as well. All right. I think that's about it as far as managing and creating the quiz questions in Plickers. And I will next demonstrate how to implement a quiz.